परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Which was
27th verse.
27.
So fifth chapter, 27th verse. So before that, Krishna says, Kama Krodha Vimuktanam Yatina Nitachetasam Avito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. In this way, he is free from anger and he is self-realized. The future also, he will attain liberation. That means he will be always connected with Krishna. Next, 27-28. Sparshan krutva bahirbhayam चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवो प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धि मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधो यः सदा मुक्त एव सः। स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यांश चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवो प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणो यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिर्मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधो यः सदा मुक्त एव सः। Now here Dhyana Yoga has been introduced. In 6th chapter, and more elaborately, Krishna is going to speak on Dhyana Yoga. A glimpse of Dhyana Yoga has been given here. Sparshan Krutva. Sparshan means sense object, which includes sound, touch, everything. Sight, smell. What do you have? Taste. Bahi bhayantara chakshushu. Cha. So what he does, these are all external, unnecessary sense objects. So, chakshu, eyes. Antare bhru. He shuts first all the external sense objects and keeps his eyes and vision where prana, bhru, that means in between the two eyebrows. Prana apanahu samau krutva. This is concentrating on these two. Prana apana in suspension. That means inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, suspending. That means he's doing the pranayam. Nasa bhyantara charinam. With his nostrils, blowing. He has to take from left and blow out through the right, take from the right, blow out through the left. Yataha indriyaha. For that first thing, he has to control his senses, his mind, buddhi, manabuddhi. Manabuddhi. So this Muni, this transcendentalist, moksha parayana. So he is aiming towards liberation. Vigata ichha. Vigata means he has discarded. Vigata. Ichha, wishes. Bhaya krodha. In this way, he has become free. He has discarded all these things. Ichha, bhaya, krodha. Yaha sada mukta eva saha. So one who is like this is always liberated. So about the Dhyana yogis have been spoken. So what does the Dhyana yogi do? He shuts out all the external sense objects. These external sense objects are unnecessary things which are only disturbing elements. Unnecessary sense objects. So for that, he concentrates his eyes and the vision in between the eyebrows, between the two eyebrows, he concentrates. And then he is into suspending the airs from one nostril to another nostril, So he's controlling. Even for doing that, you have to have controlled mind, senses, intelligence. You cannot just sit in the asana and start hoo-ha. First, you have to have a peace of mind. That is why a devotee, when he does, what he'll do? He will do his chanting, focus, be peaceful. Only with a peaceful mind, a person can do yoga. And this dhyana yoga, what is his aim? His aim is towards liberation. Now, this word liberation is different for a yogi and different for a bhakta. For a bhakta, what is liberation? Mukti hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. So what is our swarupa? Jivara swarupa hoy Krishnera nityadas. So dasatva is our liberation. And the dasatva can be in this world itself. Within this lifetime also you are liberated. If you are completely focused in the service of Krishna, you don't have to wait for death to be liberated. But for a transcendentalist like an yogi, he waits to leave the prana vayu from his brahmarandra. And he wants to just merge in the Brahman. Thus, he tries to remove his identity that he is servant. Merging in the Brahman means what? Even I become spiritual. Anyhow, Jiva is spiritual. But one should understand that we are always servants. So, the servitorship is forgotten by a yogi. But if the same yogi comes in contact with a devotee, then it becomes very easy for him to attain the Dharana Dhyana Samadhi stage. Because in the Dharana Dhyana, Ashtanga Yoga consists of what? First is asana. Then is first is yam niyam asana. Third is asana. Fourth is pranayama. Fifth is pratyahara. Sixth is dharana. Seventh is dhyana. And eighth is samadhi. Now what is he taking to meditate upon? That matters. If he comes in contact with a devotee, then what happens? He will concentrate on Lord's beautiful form. Thus he attains samadhi. He understands his position. Samyagaditi asmin atmatattve atme. So if he doesn't come in contact with a devotee, for him Brahman effulgence is everything. Merging in Brahman effulgence, Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. So he's also a very peaceful person. He is not interested in anything material, but he focuses on becoming one with the Brahman. For him, Lord has no personal form. That is why he also doesn't understand his individual personality, individual existence. That is the only difference. Otherwise, he is also prasannatma. But that labdhva shanti, that ultimate peace is only got by a devotee. Even though a devotee may take a lot of anxiety, ultimately he is the only peaceful person because he is directly connected with the service of Krishna. So that has been given. Here, Dhyana Yoga glimpse has been given because Krishna is going to start with the Dhyana Yoga's chapter. Mayur Prabhu, please read. You are seated in dark, huh, Prabhu? Bhakti Shastri in darkness. No light? Huh? Acha, now Bade Prabhuji is answering. And once you do the course, you will illumine everyone. So a self-realized soul doesn't need any light. Read. Your voice is unheard, Prabhu. Voice is not heard. Haribol. Okay. I think something wrong from your connectivity. Aditya, read.
Hare Krishna. Sparshan krutva bahirpayam चक्षुश्चैवन्तरे भ्रुवुः प्राणापानौ समो कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिर्मुनि मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधो यः सदा मुक्त एव सः. Translation: shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence, the transcendentalist aiming at liberation becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. Purport. Being engaged in Krishna consciousness, one can immediately understand one's spiritual identity, and then one can understand the Supreme Lord by means of devotional service. When one is well situated in devotional service, one comes to the transcendental position, qualified to feel the presence of the Lord in the sphere of one's activity. This particular position is called liberation in the Supreme. After explaining the above principle of liberation in the Supreme, the Lord gives instruction to Arjuna as to how one can come to that position by the practice of mysticism or yoga known as Ashtanga Yoga, which is divisible into an eightfold procedure called Yama, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. In the sixth chapter, the subject of yoga is explicitly detailed, and at the end of the fifth, it is only preliminarily explained. One has to drive out the sense objects such as sound, touch, form, taste, and smell by the pratyahara process in yoga, and then keep the vision of the eyes between the two eyebrows and concentrate on the tip of the nose with half-closed lids. There is no benefit in closing the eyes altogether because then there is every chance of falling asleep. Nor is there benefit in opening the eyes completely, because then there is the hazard of being attracted by sense objects. The breathing movement is restrained within the nostrils by neutralizing the up-moving and down-moving air within the body. By practice of such yoga, one is able to gain control over the senses, refrain from outward sense objects, and thus prepare oneself for liberation in the Supreme. This yoga process helps one become free from all kinds of fear and anger and thus feel the presence of the super soul in the transcendental situation. In other words, Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of executing yoga principles. This will be thoroughly explained in the next chapter. A Krishna conscious person, however, being always engaged in devotional service, does not take risk using his senses to some other engagement. This is a better way of controlling the senses than by Ashtanga Yoga. Hare Krishna.
Bhoktaram yakyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surdam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti mruchati. The most important words. We have four types of people: karmi, jnani, yogi, and bhakta. How each and everyone can attain shanti. Shanti means peace. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhradam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti mruchati. So how everybody on their level attain peace? How a karmi attains peace? Bhoktaram. When he understands Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer. I am not the enjoyer, it's my house. I will do whatever I want. No. It's Krishna's property. Ishavasyanidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Everything belongs to Krishna. Even our existence is Krishna's mercy. So, a karmi should understand Bhoktaram is only Krishna. I can only work. But enjoyment is Krishna's property. Enjoyment is the privilege of Krishna, not my privilege. Not that everybody who works hard enjoys, isn't it? He works hard and he gets stuck up in the traffic. What type of enjoyment it is? He comes late by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Is it enjoyment? So it is not that working hard gives a person enjoyment. Real enjoyment lies in serving Krishna. So a karmi, if he understands this, that the fruits of the activities are for Krishna's pleasure, then he attains real peace. Okay? This is at the level of karmi. Yajna tapasam. Who does tapas? A jnani. Jnani does lot of tapasya. What's the meaning of tapasya? Austerity. Willingly taking up the difficulties. Willingly taking up the difficulties. Tapasya is that only, voluntarily taking up the difficulties. Like waking up early in the morning. Who likes? But voluntarily taking up. When the ghor tapasyas Jnani does, they go to Himalayas. They sit nude. Just apply ashes. Ghor tapasya. Voluntarily he has taken up that such type of austerity. Sometimes they sit in a place encircled by a band of fire. Sometimes they go and sit in the crematorium. Aghoris, they are all tapasvis. Actually, that is also a big thing. They are also transcendentalists only. It's not so easy to become a tapasvi, but it's very easy to criticize, isn't it? It's very easy to criticize. But tapasya is also that is also Krishna's mercy only. Everything requires Krishna's mercy. Pulling out your hairs also requires Krishna's mercy. Walking barefoot requires Krishna's mercy. The only thing is the devotees can see the mercy. That is the only difference. It's because of Krishna's mercy one can do that much austerity. That is why yajna tapasam. Yajna is for the karmi, because they do yajna. Why the yajna is done? So that he can put his karma phala. And bhoktaram is who? Krishna. And even in the tapasya, he is doing this tapasya to get some siddhis, isn't it? But bhoktaram ultimately is Krishna only. He is the ultimate enjoyer of your tapasya also. You do tapasya, he will enjoy. What is he enjoying? He is enjoying not seeing you suffer. No. A tapasya, naturally, it takes up so much of difficulties. But all that difficulties results ultimately is Krishna's enjoyment, is for Krishna's enjoyment. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. This is for yogis. So they meditate on the super soul, Maheshwaram. How to understand Maheshwaram? You go to 13th chapter, 22nd verse. Let us go there. 13th chapter. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutana Gyatva Mam Shantim Richati. Which was just see? No, Bhokta, that is, sorry, 23rd verse. Upadrashtanu Mantacha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara Paramatmeti Chapyukto Dehespin Purushapara. This Maheshwaram is who? That's Paramatma. So, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Who is that person? Upadrashta, Anumantaha. He is looking at us. Anumanta. He is permitting us. He is Bharta. He is maintaining us. Bhokta. He is the only enjoyer. This Maheshwaram is who? Paramatma. Paramatmeti Chapyukto. Dehesmin Purusha Param. He is the one who is seated in everyone's heart. He knows what is happening with us. We can play dualities with people, but Krishna knows. We can act to be very good, but Krishna knows. We have to be very careful. So, yogis, they know that Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So, though now, perfection for a yogi is what? Or, how does he attain peace? When he knows that Paramatma is Krishna, not that artificial Paramatma or you imagine a Paramatma. No, the same Krishna is seated in everyone's heart. So you don't have to imagine a Paramatma. The same Lord is seated in the heart. Then he attains peace. Then how does a Bhakta attain peace? Suhradam, being friendly to all. Now what type of friend? Now Sanskrit has 3 words. Mitra, Sakha, Surda. So when Mitra is there, he is on the level of only your enjoyment. Sakha will be at times of difficulties. Surda doesn't want difficulties at all. So that is why he is giving you an ultimate benefit, an ultimate solution. That person is Surda. Just chant the holy name and be happy. Isn't it? That is why he is giving holy name. Jivadaya Krishna Nama Sarva Dharma Sara. That is a Jivadaya. The ultimate daya is give holy name. When you converse with someone, you begin the conversation with good morning, good afternoon, hi, hello. You say Hare Krishna. What is the problem? Say Hare Krishna. Can't you give Hare Krishna to everyone? Your watchman stands up when you come, isn't it? Generally, watchmen, they stand up and salute. Just say Hare Krishna with the folded hands. Will he not like? Why try to show that you are the master of the building, you're master of the house? Just say Hare Krishna to everyone. Jivadaya Krishna Nama Sarva Dharma Sara. Give name. If that name is enough to, but just by hearing, so many sins can go away. So in this way, he can attain Shanti. Don't expect people to give you respect. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. You give respect. You say Hare Krishna to everyone. You fold the hands. So the folded hands means your humility is expressed. When you want to call someone, say Hari Bol. One is Hari Bol is Hari Bol. One Hari Bol is also calling. So in this way, somehow, Yenakena Prakarena, give Krishna name. So in this way, 4 type of people attain peace. Karmis, by understanding the fruit of the activities, belongs to Krishna. The tapasvis, whatever phala one gets in tapasya, that also belongs to Krishna. A yogi, he attains peace by understanding that Paramatma is situated in everyone's heart and that Paramatma is Krishna only. And then a devotee attains peace by giving Harinam to everyone. Hare Krishna. Goloka read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram Shudram sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim rakshati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Purport: the conditioned souls within the clutches of the illusionary energy are all anxious to attain peace in the material world, but they do not know the formula for peace, which is explained in this part of Bhagavad Gita. The greatest peace formula is simply this: Lord Krishna is the beneficiary in all human activities. Men should offer everything to the transcendental service of the Lord because he is the proprietor of all planets and the demigods thereon. No one is greater than he. He is greater than the greatest of the demigods, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is described as Tam Ishwaram Paramam Maheshwaram. Under the spell of illusion, living entities are trying to be lords of all their survey, but actually they are dominated by the material energy of the Lord. The Lord is the master of material nature, and the conditioned souls are under the stringent rules of material nature. Unless one understands these bare facts, it is not possible to achieve peace in the world, either individually or collectively. This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme predominator, and all living entities, including the great demigods, are his subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness. The 5th chapter is a practical explanation of Krishna consciousness, generally known as Karma Yoga. The question of mental speculation as to how Karma Yoga can give liberation is answered herewith. To work in Krishna consciousness is to work with the complete knowledge of the Lord as the predominator. Such work is not different from transcendental knowledge. Direct Krishna consciousness is Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga is a path leading to Bhakti Yoga. Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme Absolute, and the perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure soul is the eternal servant of God as his fragmental part and parcel. He comes into contact with Maya illusion due to the desire to lord it over Maya, and that is the cause of his many sufferings. As long as he is in contact with matter, he has to execute work in terms of material necessities. Krishna consciousness, however, brings one into spiritual life even while one is within the jurisdiction of matter, for it is an arousing of spiritual existence by practice of the material world. The more one is advanced, the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial towards anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duties in Krishna consciousness, which helps one control the senses in every respect and conquer the influence of desire and anger. And one who stands fast in Krishna consciousness, controlling the above mentioned passions, remains factually in the transcendental stage or Brahma Nirvana. The eightfold yoga mysticism is automatically practiced in Krishna consciousness because the ultimate purpose is served. There is a gradual process of elevation in the practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi.
Pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Pratyahar.
Sorry, Mataji, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. But these only preface perfection by devotional service, which alone can award peace to the human being. It is the highest perfection of life. Thus ends 5th chapter. Thank you.
Yes. Thus ends Bhaktivedanta purpose to the 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of Karma Yoga or action in Krishna consciousness. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Okay, now 6th chapter, Dhyan Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashita Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sasannyasi Cha Yogi Cha Na Nirna Chakriyaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Anashita Karma Phalam Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha Sasannyasi Cha Yogi Cha Na Nirna Chakriyaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Lord says, Anashrita, don't take shelter of karma phalam. Don't take shelter of the results of the work. Karyam karma karoti yaha, just perform your duties as an obligation. Sasanyasi cha yogi cha, and that person is real sannyasi. Na niragnirna chakriyaha, not that sannyasi who does not like the fire. Nor is that person who has given up, he performs no duty. He is not real sannyasi. Okay, I don't light fire, I am not doing any duty. He is not a real sannyasi. One sannyasi is one who gives up. Real sannyasi is a true mystic. Prabhupada here, true mystic, Krishna says, Yahasa sannyasi cha yogi cha. So he is a real mystic, he is a real person, renounced order. He is not giving up the work, he is giving up the results of the work. It's not so easy to give up the results of the work. You have your house, you have all your money, you can enjoy. But no. You are giving up the results of the work. What is the result? Your accumulation of your funds. You have time. You can just move about. You can roam. No, he has given up the results of the work. And what is he doing? Engaging himself in the service of Krishna. That person is real sannyasi. So a sannyasi is not just having some orange robe. No. Sannyas lies in your consciousness. Sometimes you can be in orange robe. Sometimes you can be in the grahastha robe also. Sannyas is consciousness of a person. Simple. Orders. Brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. They are all orders. In every order, if his consciousness is this, that he is giving up the results of the work and performing the activity as a matter of duty, then in every order he is a sannyasi. But if you have karma sannyas, they don't light the fire, they'll not cross the ocean, they'll give up everything. Karma sannyas, that means he has given up the activity only. But Lord says, he is not a true mystic. He is not a true renouncer. According to karma sannyas, the one who is in the social order, a sannyasi, should not cross the ocean, but we can see Prabhupada cross the ocean. He should not light a fire. In fact, our whole ISKCON movement starts with the fire only. Cooking, making rasgullas and giving. Yes. So he is a true sannyasi who has given up the results of his work and doing the activity as a matter of duty. Okay. Jai Shri Dev.
Hare Krishna. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Anasrita karma balam paryam karma karoti ya sat sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir nata kriya. Translation: the Supreme Personality of God said, one who is unattached to the fruit of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true myself, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. Purport. In this chapter, the Lord explains that the process of the Eightfold Yoga system is a means to control the mind and senses. However, this is very difficult for people in general to perform, especially in the age of Kali. Although the Eightfold Yoga system is recommended in this chapter, the Lord emphasizes that the process of Karma Yoga or acting in Krishna consciousness is better. Everyone acts in this world to maintain his family and their paraphernalia, but no one is working without some of self-trust, some personal gratification, be it concentrated or extended. The criterion of perfection is to act in Krishna consciousness and not with a view to enjoying the fruits of work. To act in Krishna consciousness is the duty of every living entity because all are constitutionally part and parcel of the Supreme. The parts of the body work for the satisfaction of the whole body. The limbs of the body do not act for self-satisfaction, but for the satisfaction of the complete whole. Similarly, the living entity who acts for satisfaction of the Supreme Whole and not for personal satisfaction is the perfect sannyasi, the perfect yogi. The sannyasi sometimes artificially think that they have become liberated from all material duties and therefore they cease to perform Agnihotra yajnas, fire sacrifices, but actually they are self-interested because their goal is to become one with the impersonal Brahman, such as desire is greater than any material desire, but it is not without self-interest. Similarly, the mystic yogi who practices the yoga system with half-open eyes, ceasing all material activities, desires some satisfaction for his personal life. But a person acting in Krishna consciousness works for the satisfaction of the whole without self-interest. A Krishna conscious person has no desire for self-satisfaction. His criterion of success is the satisfaction of Krishna, and thus he is the perfect sannyasi or perfect yogi. Lord Chaitanya, the highest perfectional symbol of renunciation, prays in this way. na dharmam, na janam, na sundari, kavitam ya jagadasta kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavad bhavata bhaktir adik adipsasi adiktavi.
1 minute, 1 minute,
All
1 minute. You are not chanting this Shikshashtakam every day?
yeah, but it's in Sanskrit and I
It is not
can't.
mama you told. It is mama. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. Mama
Mama
janmani janmanish.
janmani
Mama janmani janmanishware. Bhavatad bhakti rahaitu tvai. Every devotee should know 8 verses of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. If that is not known, what is the use of studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? That's most important. Learn Shikshashtakam. Shikshashtakam is the most important prayers. Now here it is said, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. I don't want any, I'm not desiring any wealth, na janam, any birth, na janam, na sundarim. I'm not desiring any women. Yeah, janam, sorry, it's not birth, it is the followers. I'm not desiring any followers, I'm not desiring any women, I'm not desiring any wealth. Kavitamba Jagadisha Kame, I don't want any all these things. But Mama Janmani Janmani Ishware. But in every birth, what I am desiring? Bhavatat Bhaktir Ahaitu Kitvai. In every birth, O Lord, please give me causeless mercy of your devotional service. Krishna's mercy only we can get devotional service. It is not that I desire, then I can come for any service. No. If Lord's Anugraha is there, then only I can serve. So that is why one should beg for the mercy of Krishna, and that mercy flows in the form of getting devotional service. Okay, next. Yam sanyasam iti praho yogam tam vidhi pandava na hyasanyasta sankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana na sanyasam iti praho yogam tam vidhi pandava na yasanyasta sankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana. Okay. Yaha sanyasam iti prahu. Generally what people call as renunciation, what is called renunciation? People call what is renunciation is yogam tam vidhi pandava. It is the same as yoga or linking oneself with Supreme. So what is real renunciation? Because he was confused. No? Arjuna was confused. Oh Lord, at one place you're telling do the work, another place you're saying that a self-realized soul need not have any duty, need not work. But in another place you're saying get up and work. So how to understand? Are you saying to renounce or are you saying to enjoy or work? So are you asking me to renounce or are you asking me to work? So then here Lord says, what is renunciation? Is actually connection. Renunciation is nothing but connection with Lord. Connecting oneself with Lord. Nahi asanyasta sankalpaha yogi bhavati kaschana. So, O son of Pritha, for one can never become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. So what is here? Asanyasta. If he is not giving up sankalpaha, desire for self-satisfaction, he can never be called as a sannyasi. So what is the real meaning of sannyasi that has been given? Real meaning of sannyasi is yogam. What is the meaning of yogam? Connecting oneself in the service of Krishna. Not that asanyastaha sankalpaha. Asanyastaha. Without giving up the desire for self-satisfaction, yogi bhavati kashchana. He can never be called as a transcendentalist. Okay. So here very clear explanation is given about the renunciation, which was the real confusion for Arjuna. In the second chapter, he is asking, "Oh Lord, I am completely confused what to do, whether to fight, whether not to fight." That was a basic level of confusion. Then again, in the second chapter, Krishna says, "Karmanyeva adhikaraste." Then he says, "Durena yavaram karma." So these two verses again gave confusion. Third chapter starts. "Oh Lord, please tell one thing which is definite." Then again, Lord says in third chapter that those who are Atmaram or Atma, who are self-realized, Atma Sakshatkar, for them there is no work. So then again in the fourth chapter, 42nd verse, Krishna says, Attishto Tishta Bharataha, get up and fight. So what to do? Whether should I renounce or whether should I engage myself? In one place you say Karmanyevadikaraste, another place you say Durene Avaram Karma. What should I do? Then Krishna says real renunciation lies in connection with Krishna. That means connect to every word of Krishna. Whatever he says, just hear. Okay. Shilpa read, Jojo read.
Hare Krishna. Yan sanyasamiti prahur yogam tam vidhi pandava nahya sanyasta sankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana. What is called renunciation, you should know to be the same as yoga, or linking oneself with the Supreme. O son of Pandu, for one can never become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. Purport. Real sannyasa yoga or bhakti means that one should know his constitutional position as the living entity and act accordingly. The living entity has no separate independent identity. He is the marginal energy of the Supreme. When he is entrapped by material energy, he is conditioned. And when he is Krishna conscious or aware of the spiritual energy, then he is in his real and natural state of life. Therefore, when one is in complete knowledge, one ceases all material sense gratification or renounces all kinds of sense gratificatory activities. This is practiced by the yogis who restrain the senses from material attachment. But a person in Krishna consciousness has no opportunity to engage his senses in anything which is not for the purpose of Krishna. Therefore, a Krishna conscious person is simultaneously a sannyasi and a yogi. The purpose of knowledge and of restraining the senses, as prescribed in the jnana and yoga processes, is automatically served in Krishna consciousness. If one is unable to give up the activities of his selfish nature, then jnana and yoga are of no avail. The real aim is for a living entity to give up all selfish satisfaction and to be prepared to satisfy the Supreme. A Krishna conscious person has no desire for any kind of self-enjoyment. He is always engaged for the enjoyment of the Supreme. One who has no information of the Supreme must therefore be engaged in self-satisfaction because no one can stand on the platform of inactivity. All purposes are perfectly served by the practice of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
All purposes are perfectly served by the practice of Krishna consciousness. Arurokshaha yogarudaha. That is there in the next verse. Let us see these two terms. That means neophyte and a person who is now advanced. Arurukshaha. These two words understand. Arurukshaha yogarudha. Aruruksha is one who's neophyte. Arurukshor munir yogam karma karanam uchyate. Yogarudas yasyaiva yogarudhasya tasyaiva shamakaranam आरुरुक्षोर्मुनेर्योगं कर्मकारणमुच्यते योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमकारणमुच्यते. So for a Aruruksha who has just begun, for him, work is said to be the means. Okay. Karma Karanamuchyate. The means to get liberated. What is that? Means what? The means to get liberated. That means without, now he is a neophyte. He cannot give up the work. Even he gives up the work, in the mind, everything is still dwelling. The desires are still there. That is why work is said to be the means. Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva shama karanamuchyate. Now for a person, yoga rudha, a person elevated in yoga, for him, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. Because he has practiced to give up the results of the work, now even the attachment to the work is not there. You're understanding? In yoga, stages are also there. First stage is what? Do all the work. Do. Because you cannot just tell a person, you give up everything and come in the temple and stay. Why? Because still his desire is there to enjoy the result. But if he has to progress, give up enjoyment also. So when he completely practices giving up enjoyment of the results of the work, then slowly give up even the attachment of the work, attachment to the work done. So cessation of all material activities also becomes the means. It becomes a means for yoga rudha. And for yoga ruksha or aruruksha, the karma becomes the means. If he gives up, then he will land in trouble. Let him do. Let him do. Start taking some donations. Why these donations are there? So that he learns to sacrifice. Or he will use the money only for sense enjoyment. Nowadays, what sense enjoyment? Paying this bill, paying this tax, that tax, or you drive the vehicle very fast, immediately you get a RTO, what you call, penalty. Chalan. Chalan. So this is the sense of enjoyment. So if he starts giving donation, then he has only limited money to spend. So he'll be careful. He'll be careful. That is why you always have some schemes. Tulsi Archana, Go Seva, some or the other means. Give. Everybody's, why Prabhupada has kept this donation so that you utilize in Krishna's service. If you don't do that, then the same work will bind us. Okay? But for a neophyte, the same work becomes the means to attain liberation. Because he's trained slowly to give up the results of the work. And when completely he is not attached to the results of the work, again he should not be attached to the work itself. So advanced person, advanced yogi, gives up even the work, materialistic work. Pushpa, read. Pushpa Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna. Arurukshormuneryogam karma karanam uchyate yogarudhasya tasyaiva samakaranam uchyate. For one who is a neophyte in the eightfold yoga system, work is said to be the means, and for one who is already elevated in yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. The process of linking oneself with the Supreme is called yoga. It may be compared to a ladder for attaining the topmost spiritual realization. This ladder begins from the lowest material condition of the living entity and rises up to perfect self-realization in pure spiritual life. According to various elevations, different parts of the ladder are known by different names. But all in all, the complete ladder is called yoga and may be divided into three parts, namely Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The beginning of the ladder is called the Yoga Rurukshu stage, and the highest rung is called Yoga Rudha. Concerning the Eightfold Yoga system, attempts in the beginning to enter into meditation through regulative principles of life and practice of different sitting postures, which are more or less bodily exercises, are considered fruitive material activities. All such activities lead to achieving perfect mental equilibrium to control the senses. When one is accomplished in the practice of meditation, he ceases all disturbing mental activities. A Krishna conscious person, however, is situated from the beginning on the platform of meditation because he always thinks of Krishna. And being constantly engaged in the service of Krishna, he is considered to have ceased all material activities. Hare Krishna.
So he has ceased all the material activities. Last verse. Yada hinendriyartheshu na karmasvanushajjate sarvasankalpa sannyasi yogarudhastatochyate. Yada hinendriyartheshu na karmasvanushajjate sarvasankalpa sannyasi yogarudhastatochyate. Now, yada hi when na indriyartheshu na karmasu is not enjoying the fruitive activities for his sense enjoyment. Anusajjate sarva sankalpa sannyasi has renounced all the engagement of all material desires. Then he is known as yoga rudha. Same thing has been spoken here. But he has renounced all the material desire. He neither acts for any sense enjoyment nor engages in fruitive activities. Okay, that is how he is known as Yoga Rudha. Gita, read. Gita. Unmute yourself, Gita.
Hare Krishna.
Read.
Yada hinendriyartheshu na karmasvanusajjate sarvasankalpa sannyasi yogarudhastadochyate. Translation: a person is said to be elevated in yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities. Purport: when a person is fully engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, he is pleased in himself, and thus he is no longer engaged in sense gratification or in fruitive activities. Otherwise, when one must be engaged in sense gratification, since one cannot live without engagement. Without Krishna consciousness, one must be always seeking self-centered or extended selfish activities. But a Krishna conscious person can do everything for the satisfaction of Krishna and thereby be perfectly detached from sense gratification. One who has no such realization must mechanically try to escape material desires before being elevated to the top rung of the yoga ladder. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So I'll stop here. Any questions you can ask. 10th August will be your exam. First, I'll try to complete in this month. So you have 10 days to study. What is 10th August coming? Just see. Saturday, Sunday, anything? Second Saturday, Sunday. Just see that.
Thursday it is. Thursday.
So Friday. 12th and 13th. 12th will be orals and 13th will be written. Or 12th, whatever, 12th orals and 13th written.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
On 11th, I am going to Dwaraka.
Yes,
11th
yes, we are going to Dwarka. No?
Yeah.
Hey, you're coming with us or what?
No. Here
We are also going to Dwarka, na, August.
on 11th.
Yes.
On 11th,
Wait. When we are going? 12th we are going.
12th night. Yeah.
हम लोग
12th
11th
night,
night
na?
Dwaraka.
12th morning is Sunday.
No, 12th is Saturday.
Friday we are going.
Wait. I'm asking about our schedule. When we are
We are
going?
12th. We have a
12th is
train.
what?
Train
12th
at
is
night.
what? 12th
Saturday.
is Saturday.
Yeah.
Then I think it should be 10th, 11th only. 10th is Thursday. You can have 11th evening will be, write down. 11th evening is oral. 12th morning we can have written. That's okay. Saturday morning, written.
But I am
It's
in,
okay with everyone?
no, I am in train only, 11th.
Mataji, morning what time? Because I am 3.5 hours behind. I live in Frankfurt, Mataji, Germany. So whatever time is in India, I'm 3.5 hours back.
Okay. After 12th, what is the next? 12th,
After
19th,
Yeah.
19th, 20 we can keep exam. So
Okay.
you have long period to study also.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you,
Evening,
Mataji.
all will
I
be
was
evening.
very hesitant to say my in-laws are coming. So
So
19 should be nice.
they'll
Yes.
write the exam.
19th oral, no?
Yes. 19th orals and 20th will be your written examination. Written
Mataji,
examination will be
I
5 to
have
7.
doubt. Sorry, Mataji, 9 to 7. Sorry, time, Mataji?
5 to 7 will be written examination.
Okay.
19th.
How many questions, Mataji? How many questions to answer in written?
I don't know. That all Bindu sets up.
Okay.
I don't do anything.
The
My work
question
is to
will be the
teach.
same for everyone, Mataji.
Yes. It will come in your WhatsApp when you're going to write. 2 minutes before that, the question paper will be released. All
Mataji,
setting up and all.
written or handwritten, we have to send pictures, Mataji, or word file we can share?
Word file, handwritten, whatever way. Correction all Bindu does. So 2 days for me.
So Mataji, just repeating, Mataji, 19th 5 to 7 oral and 20th 5 to 7 written. Right?
She will only take. I'm not going to take.
No, I'm
Don't
just
ask
confirming.
me also. I
Thank
don't know
Mataji.
anything. You just write down, put it in the group, and somebody has to post it to Bindu also. Okay.
Mataji, can you share some important questions?
I really don't know
Yes.
anything.
Very
Mataji,
vast.
I know only to teach,
they're
but
all
I don't
your
know how to set up.
students, your teachers, they'll give important questions.
Yeah.
Study the workbook. From there only it will come. Everything. No extra, nothing. Most easiest examination. Okay. So stop here.
Mataji, I have a question. Mataji, it is not related with today's class. Just wanted
Then
to check why we celebrating. We are celebrating Shravan month. So that is for Lord Shiva. So just wanted to understand why for Lord Shiva. Wanted brief about it.
why you should not have celebrate for Lord Shiva? He's Param
We can
Vaishnava.
celebrate. Yeah, we can celebrate. But special Shravan month for him, just wanted to understand about that.
So everyone has their own important days. Huh? He is Mahadev. He is the head of all the principal demigods. And he is the greatest devotee. So this month is dedicated for Lord Shiva. What's the problem?
No, just wanted. I have checked in Google, no. So it was mentioned
Yes.
that at that time,
This month, people go to Shiv temple. There are 12 Jyotirlinga. We are also going to 2 Jyotirlinga, you know that? In the
yes, Somnath
in this
and
Dwarka,
another one. Yes,
Nageshwar. So
Nageshwar.
we are going to 2 Jyotirlinga. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has visited Jyotirlinga.
Okay.
See, visiting and praying to Lord Shiva is nothing wrong. With a correct understanding that Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Krishna. Only when we
Yes.
consider Lord Shiva to be equal with Krishna, there lies the problem.
Okay. He is also devotee of Lord Krishna.
He is the greatest devotee, the highest devotee. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. And he is always engrossed in chanting the holy name of Krishna. That is why if you have to please Mahadev, go and chant the holy name of Krishna. Go and chant the holy name of Krishna. He is very pleased. Once we took every devotee to Bhima Shankar. Bhima Shankar is one of the Jyotirlinga.
Yes.
So somehow there's so much of crowd, more than I think 20,000 people were standing. We thought how we are going to get the darshan. But somehow that watchman called and made us go inside. And we were made to sit in the big hall, which was opposite. Yes, that hall is there before the Garbhagraha, opposite to Garbhagraha. There we were sitting and we were chanting the holy name, singing. And one devotee suddenly gave up everything and just started chanting Om Namah Shivaya. And I was thinking, why you stop chanting the holy name? But he was doing Om Namah Shivaya to please Lord Shiva. But actually Om Namah Shivaya is actually for Krishna only. Given to Krishna, given to Lord Shiva. Om refers to A-U-Am. A-U-Am, the internal, marginal, external potency of Krishna. Namaha, Naman, Shivaya, who is all auspicious. So Lord Krishna is all auspicious. Then Lord Krishna also makes his devotees also auspicious. So that is why Mahadev is very auspicious. So if you chant the holy name of Krishna, he is very happy. He likes to hear. That is why you see amidst the crowd of so many people standing, we are called. Why? It is a special mercy of Lord Shiva that come and chant holy name before me.
Hare Krishna.
So this month, this time 2 Shravan has come. Adhik Mas also
Adhik
falls in
Mas
Shravan.
Yes.
Purushottam Mas also is falling in Shravan. Okay? Hare Krishna.
But in South, Mataji, but in South India, we call it Ramayana Mass, no?
See, I'm not so good in the South Indian calendar. Though I am from South, I'm not good in
we,
South India
we
calendar.
recite Ramayana only in
Yes, that
Shravan.
is true. That is there. So you read, you study Ramayana, Lord Shiva is very happy. So
Yeah.
he's also engrossed in Rama only.
Uh-huh.
That is why Ramayana is read.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna.
You call it some Karkata Masa, na?
Karkada Mass.
That much I know. In
Okay.
Kerala, they call Karkata Masa, and there they read Ramayana. So when you read Ramayana, ultimately, Lord Shiva is very happy. Everyone is happy.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
For 1 month we are
Don't
waiting.
separate Lord Shiva from Krishna. You cannot separate curd from milk. Don't separate them. They are connected to each other very intimately. One is serving and one is served. Simple. Okay. Hare Krishna.
One doubt is that
Mataji has left Prabhuji, I think. Yeah.